Hey guys, welcome in, welcome back. We're going to do a collective reading here. And if you are returning back, I appreciate you all for returning back as often as you are. Those of you who are upright and you're pure in your heart toward the creator of all things, thank you for being that way. My name is Shannon Hensley and I do a different type of a work here. I'm not religious. It's not a religious channel. I'm not affiliated with any kind of organization whatsoever. I'm just affiliated with the Most High God and keeping his commandments and looking at a lot of crime and putting judgments on things that the Most High God wants to bring out for our FYI. And we want to get rid of wicked people. I did a really big reading on my other channel today. And the Most High was literally addressing really nasty individuals that are literally trying to do some like a nasty sexual lustful thing to another person is just disgusting. Demon stuff was really coming out. We want to know about this kind of stuff around our children, child trafficking, all that kind of nonsense. We want to ask at the hand of the Most High because he sees every little thing. And I trust in YHVH Elohim with everything in me. I've just seen him just be so beautiful in my own life. And he wants people to know his name. He wants to protect and all that kind of stuff. If you missed a video that I did the other day on my other channel, it can actually be found in the description box of this video, the name of God and what it looks like in the tarot. It will make you shake and it will give you comfort at the same time because he's the great and the terrible, folks. And these people doing nasty things around people and kids and people who want uprightness in the earth, these people just deliberately setting their sights on people doing wicked things. Man, they're going to meet the wrath of God. They really, really are. So anyway, that reading this morning is found in the community section of this channel. So we have the Eight of Cups. YHVH, we just invite your presence to come on in here and just begin to speak. You know, every single person, what they need to know, every little deceptive thing that may be around a contract, a person, their children, work matters. What do you want to bring out here? We have the Eight of Cups. And somebody's desiring to move on, the card says. This is about investments as well. It's emotional investments because it gets up to 10 cups in the deck. And you either walking away to go get the other 9th cup for a wish fulfillment or the 10th cup for an emotional fulfillment, or you are walking away from something that's not serving you where it should in all upright purposes. And for some people are abandoning something that could be successful. If it's God-given or whatever, then you'll know that. However, it's going down. But the card says somebody is desiring to move on and somebody's searching for something meaningful here. Well, good for you. It says spiritual and emotional growth is what somebody's looking for. We have the Magician. Well, this is like manipulating things, or, you know, if somebody is wanting to move on from being a little manipulator of something, then you're in a good spot. If this is upright and you're undefiled in the way, and you are able to go get a wish fulfillment because that other cup is here, then you'll be able to produce from that space. It says you're ready to do something here on the card and having the ability of stuff. If this is in the reverse and somebody dabbles around with magic and they're in violation of God Almighty, he says you'll get confusion for that nonsense. There is a public victory here. And somebody's also... because the extra one would be here, which is somebody stands their ground and still can get a victory regardless if there's attacking. Because 7 wands, that extra one being here, is attacking, defensiveness, stuff like that, blocking things. And somebody's ready just to stop this stuff and move on to something more meaningful. We just got to get up and do it. Just do what's right. And God will be with you. It's been a bloody war. In this picture, it shows blood splattered everywhere. And people are dying because people are manipulating and stuff. We don't want that kind of nonsense. We just don't. The truth about something is here. The Ace of Swords, which that extra sword is here, which is somebody is conflicted or won't make a decision, because the Two of Swords in this deck specifically says somebody's pretending. They ain't going to make a decision or they're not able to, or they won't. Because why? Because there's been a war around some manipulative stuff and somebody don't want to take responsibility for something. They just want to move on. For some people, they want to get away with this bloodshed stuff that's really just sucked the life out of a freaking person's. We don't want stuff like that. This is a headship card. It's the Aleph head. And this somebody probably sits in a great big place somewhere as well. Let's see. But that's what they invested in. They thought they were going to get away with some type of a manipulative thing. And some type of truth, though, is out here. And whoever will get up and do the right thing, you win. Regardless, even if there's some type of blocking, Seven of Wands is still a victory. Because God, if God be for you, who can be against you? Show me the Magician energy. You can read about the Magician in Psalms 119. It does speak about being undefiled in the way of God. Show me the Magician card. The King of Swords, the Fool, and the Queen of Pentacles. She really wants to be seen in a really big way. She was seen this morning, and she was seen last night really, really big. Whoever she is, some business deal that's been out here around something that has been secretly, physically exchanged, and something's heartbreaking around the matter. So there could be a judge out here. This word can go to a chamber. I read a lot differently than a lot of people, but that word right there can go to a chamber. So something's happened behind closed doors, or something being marked is out here. Something like that is out here. There's also a plow. Somebody could, or obviously somebody's feeling plowed down. Here is some type of a person who lives on a farm. Possibly this is the ox head, and there's the word as a plow. But anyway, something, if you're a farmer, then you are. Don't have to be. But something like that is here. Something about something being marked, or a room, or a chamber, or something about maybe just making a point out here to do something. The word just is point. It means somebody's pointing the way to somebody's desiring to move off of something. But somebody's mixed up with the Fool, or something that was foolish out here, because the Fool is the Tav. It represents to mark something, to sign something, a signature, something like that. Somebody just jotted something on something that they shouldn't have on some paperwork. If that's legal, and there's a chamber here, you got a judge matter out here, then somebody's done something. Somebody works for the law, had access into somebody's office, did something for whatever purposes. Something like that's come through my spirit as well. That's foolish, and you should go to jail for something like that. Somebody could be trying to do that. Somebody could be trying to I did a reading last week and a half ago, and there were some people trying to make their way back to fix something that they did kind of similar to that. The King of Swords is an authority figure as well. There's some type of leadership that is here, and some type of a truth, or because of a truth and a manipulative thing. Somebody is trying to desire to walk on, but you ain't ever going to get a victory without doing the right thing, whatever this means for you. The Seven of Cups is at the bottom of the deck. In this deck, it talks about somebody who is trying to take an indirect approach on how to do something. This is about choices, many options that somebody had or has, how to do something. It's lateral thinking here, and it's a very creative house. But again, if that's in manipulation, you got a Fool here, and the Fool has to return because they're in. Somebody's caught up in folly. Somebody's caught up in some folly out here, or these two people are, or the boss and two employees, or the two employees trying to manipulate something that they've done around a work matter with the boss, or to the boss, or use the boss for something like that. Something like that's out here is what's showing up. And I did have work that showed up this morning as well. Now, I apologize for these cards. I am stranded in a hotel room. I've been stranded here since summer, and I'm surviving. And God Almighty has been with me. And those of you who have been kind to me to help me, thank you very much. What I'm trying to get to is these cards are old, and I didn't have no tape, clear tape to fix them, and all I had was black tape here in the hotel room, and so that's why they look the way they did. If there's a baby situation, then there's a baby situation between these two people. This could be an ex. Somebody could still be dealing with their ex. There's legal matters, then there is. Okay. Otherwise, if this boss and employee stuff, and somebody got pregnant on something, then so be it. Somebody also did something with a birth certificate out here. It's that's signing something. Somebody manipulated something. There's a birth certificate out here around something. Show me more information. It also tells you, those of you who are not dealing with the child or your child's involved in something, if you're not dealing with the child, this just says you're just at the beginning stages of something. It could be showing somebody is pregnant. This is a physician as well. So is the King of Swords, and somebody's in their first trimester on a matter than they are, or somebody's trying to indirectly take an approach on an abortion out here or something like that. If somebody had a past abortion and there's some type of a connection here that somebody has to a matter like that, somebody may be trying to get somebody to manipulate so it doesn't be it's not found out on paperwork as well. Something like that's come through my spirit. God forbid that be the case, but it's come through my spirit, so I'm just going to give the message here. Something about somebody's blood is connected to, like a DNA test is showing itself to me out here, since there's blood platelets here. And we definitely have physicians. Somebody knows something about those types of energies that are out here. Show me more information. The dog. Somebody's friends involved in this matter. Or again, somebody got some type of connections. There's the dog takes you back to protection. It also takes you back to whoredom, same sex, perversion, control, freak issues, things like that. It's all, if you had a question, it's a yes card. Somebody's has communicated about something, or somebody's fixing to communicate about something, either to manipulate or something that they know that was manipulated. This is supposed to be a good news card as well. So somebody has been trying to figure something out, because somebody is desiring to walk away from something. If they're just going to let something out, then they're going to let something out, I guess. We have some type of a victory here. And again, if there's a situation going on around you and the dog is indicating somebody's trying to control the situation, it's because they got something to hide out here. They got something to hide out here. So we have the prison card. Okay, so for some people, there's a judge out here than there is, and then the wife card. This talks about somebody who stepped out of their position. When they got pregnant, folks, and that's out here. They could be somebody connected to a spiritual person. It's really strong. It came out yesterday real strong. A preacher came out and actually stated a fake preacher was somewhere. If you're upright in your spirituality, then you are, and your fruit will be known. And if you're not, then bad fruit will be known. And if you fell down, you'll prove that you do have fruit in you. You just made a bad choice, because Moses said, even if a righteous man falls seven times, he'll get up. But if you're not righteous, you'll fall into mischief. And we got it going both ways out here, I guess. Somebody is trying to be mischievous out here. They're trying to do something indirectly, or they did to cover something. The Most High said, if you cover your sin, you will not find mercy by him. Period. This control freak Jezebel stuff ain't gonna work for you. If somebody faces jail, I guess they face jail. If somebody's trying to get out of it because they set in some kind of a place, I don't know, then you're a hypocrite. If you're sitting here putting judgments on other people in the court of law, and you yourself is nothing but a scoundrel, you're a hypocrite. You really don't need to be there, period. It really just, it's some big stuff out here, folks. Big stuff out here. The King of Swords in this deck talks about somebody who learned to do right. I mean, that's great, which means somebody has uprightness in them. They got uprightness in them. And so you need to get up and do what's right. God is no respecter of person, folks. He doesn't care. Look, he cares about our righteousness, about doing upright things. He don't care what title you wear. He don't care how many people you know. He don't give a rip how popular or not or poor you are. He looks at your heart, and he weighs the spirits, and he sees our motive. And by that alone, he judges. We have a main male coming out here. And I know people don't like that, but because it's the truth, and the truth is a sword, and it cuts us. Some people need spiritual operations in a really big way. Somebody from a distance from you is here, attached to something going on, or something happened on a trip. The Most High is allowing you to know some stuff about that. Somebody is concerned, and I'm sure you are, because sin puts every person in concern. Because people think this feels good, this sensual, this feels right to me, but it brings death at the end of it. Some way, shape, or form. It's very intense. Death is a very. I mean, we got bloodshed over here. We're here in this war. There's the judge jumping out over here. So there is a chamber out here. There is a judge. There is something out here. And then the main female. So we have the main male and the main female. Okay, your husband, your wife, or somebody else's husband. Or we have the wife card. So whether somebody's stepping out to do the right thing, or somebody got somebody's wife knocked up, and whatever it is, there's the Hierophant. Well, there's a marital situation going on out here in this reading. Give us some words. The Most High wanted me to tell you that if you do it his way, he'll give you for sure mercies. For sure. You can count on God giving you mercy on something if you just face the truth. You have to go through your process in him healing something. But you'll feel better that you did it God's way in the end. It says that the soul without any knowledge at all is not good. And he that hastens with his feet sins. As somebody trying to be real quick to do something you're sinning, or they did, has jumped in here in their instinct to low vibrational animalistic something, and there's a sin out here. And the Most High brought out the word sin at the end of that nonsense is death. If you don't have no knowledge, the Most High says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. We got to have it. There's an obligation out here attached to something going on. The dark night of the soul is out here. A bike, okay, or your kid's involved in something. Maybe you just take a bike. That's just somebody just needs to hear something about a bike. A painter is involved in something, whether you just paint walls or you're an artist or whatever that means. You take pictures, you're in pictures. You could be a model if we want to just look at that. A business deal is here. And the grave, but we do have a death matter out here for some people's cases. Somebody connected with a Jeep connection is here. We have kick or something kicked or kicking and stubbornness. Stubbornness is as a sin of witchcraft, and both the King of Swords and we have the Magician here, and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse of their energy is stubborn as all get out, and you're in error there with God, and you'll die. You will die. God will allow you to die on that nonsense. You don't want to look at a truth. You've got problems. Somebody's just kicking and being stubborn, and you go ahead. You got demons. Somebody does. Says that a wicked man takes a bribe out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. Okay, well, we got a judge out here. We got somebody need to put a judgment on something. And if you are not going to do it God's ways, and he's the one that's put you there, and he tells judges to fear him because you ain't judging for man. You're judging for him. I don't know. It's a very dangerous thing, folks. Something connected with foster care. Lots of money is out here attached to some stuff. Benefits. It says ShAhH is watching the destroyer. So my channels are called ShAhHGates Pure Spirit Tarot. The word ShAhH it represents the shepherd's delight to watch the destroyer. And as soon as the destroyer thinks he's going to pounce on somebody, God's going to come pounce on the destroyer. He got your back. He's got our back. Okay, freaks don't get set here and say, look at us, we got away with some wickedness. No, not, you ain't getting away with no wickedness if you try and touch God's people. He'll let wicked people turn on themselves as well. But you go to touching his people, you got to get up in the face of God and deal with that one that's going to take you 6 feet under. The Most High's watching something out here. So the Aleph head is coming out here, which is the magician card. It's, and you can find it in Psalms 119. Blessed are they that are undefiled in the way, that walk in the law of Jehovah. Okay, well, we do have the laws out here. We have judication, but it's the law of the Most High God. And walks in the law of Jehovah. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with their whole heart. They also do no iniquity, and they walk in his ways, and thou hast commanded to keep thy precepts diligently. Oh, that my ways were directed to keep thy statutes. Then shall I not be ashamed when I have respect unto all thy commandments. I will praise thee with uprightness of heart when I shall have learned thy righteous judgments, and I will keep thy statutes. Oh, forsake me not utterly. And you got to look at the truth for that to happen. He told me to tell you that there's for sure mercies if you'll do it his way. You want to be stubborn out here, you don't have a chance. Upright, righteous, and very humble energy, and somebody connected with a bar or a drinking situation is out here attached to something going on. We have a radical change here, okay? And this also eternity, and we have the grave out here. So let every word be established in 2 or 3 witnesses. It is a maximum protection, and I guess some people are, whatever's happened in a matter, somebody did literally just go murder somebody or did something in some nasty. God says there's a destroyer out here, and somebody needs to go to jail. Somebody needs to not be biased out here. Okay, somebody's soul had no knowledge of whatever's taking place out here, folks. It's sad. But at the same time, if you do what God wants you to do, there's some type of complete success and a maximum protection in his arms to protect you in a matter out here. Anyway, the Y or the R or the YR, the letter T, the letter A, and I guess those are the only letters that came out. Person, place, or thing, first, middle, last name. They don't have to mean nothing at all for you. But this is what came out. Until next time, shalom.